Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peter Doak here, and it is time for the PDG Advertising Podcast, episode 48. Today is Monday, the 22nd of July, 2019. As the days go on and on and on, quicker and quicker. Today was a pretty weird day here in Belfast in terms of the weather. I don't know why us Northern Irish people are so obsessed with the weather. I think it's probably because it changes so much here and it affects what you do. But this morning was blowy as heck, and throughout the day it just got. I mean, whenever we go to different places in the world, if you go to a hot country, you get off the plane and in an airfield, it's usually quite windy. You just have a balmy hot air just blasting you in the face. It's kind of like that today here in Belfast, which was pretty cool. Then we had a bit of rain. And then now it's just a beautiful sunshiny today. And you find your podcast host, Peter Doak, here sitting watching Shark Tank, talking about franchisees. And it's hard not to want to open up about 10 businesses whenever you watch Shark Tank. It's also quite useful, can give you a different perspective on what you're doing sometimes. But anyway, let's get into it. Episode 48 of the PDG Advertising Podcast. So today we had our Monday morning meeting, like we have every Monday morning. I was a little bit late this morning, actually, going off to the dentist. Awesome dentist in a place called Lurgan, Robert Street. We had our Monday morning meeting a little bit later. It was about 10 o'clock by the time we had it. And it's quite interesting. It was going on, and I'd spent a lot of work over the weekend prepping for today and this week. So everything was kind of in hand. But even when everything's in hand, you've got a number of customers coming at you via email. And I don't know, something I've learned over the last little while is to, don't throw out what you're doing just because someone else wants your time. You have to stick to your path. Now, if things are going on fire, it's important to, respond to it. But if it's something that can wait after the Monday morning meeting, then that's okay. So what we did was we focused in on our Monday morning meeting, and it was awesome. We're getting into a really good groove of understanding, what happened last week, this week, what we're going to do, and splitting out our tasks for all customers using the Asana app. And that's pretty incredible to be able to do every Monday morning. Look, I was thinking about this during the week, and 3 years ago there was no Monday morning meeting. It's a different game whenever you've got employees, and it's a great game, and it just makes everything better and everything easier. You could do it really wrong, but I think we're doing it right, and I hope that it's a nice environment to work in PDG Advertising. But the Monday morning meeting is jam-packed with stuff. It usually goes on for about an hour, when really I'd rather it took about 15 minutes. But look, if we have to spend an hour at the start of our week to organize our world, then so be it. That's what we're going to do. Maybe need a meeting every day, but I don't know. Anyway, the Monday morning meeting happened, and it felt really good. Something quite cool happened today. We over the last few days, I've been prepping for our third team member to coming on board on the 1st of August, coming in tomorrow to meet us and see the office space and things like that. But what I've done is I've tried to upgrade our setting. So we've got new seats, new chairs, new computers for everyone, mobiles. I guess this is like an episode of burglemyhouse.com where you're broadcasting. You've got all this new stuff, but well, look, some of it's refurbished stuff, and it's not the most expensive stuff in the world, but it's nice, and it's what we're doing. So, I mean, every time you do something new, I like the idea of leveling us up, and I think creating a nice environment for us to work in is really good. But what we've got is like workspaces in the office, and Anthony and I have decorated our workspaces with things that are kind of important to us, and I think that's really important. Now, I come from quite a clinical place in terms of places I've worked before, so The big call center that I worked for was very clinical. It would have had a clear desk policy, and I kind of have that too. But I do like the idea of some personal artifacts and some personal items. Some inspirational quotes, stuff like that are really good. I love things like that. So anything to maybe brighten up the my day or the employees' day is a really great thing. And we did that. So what we're going to do for a new employee, we're going to work out how we get. Take it back. We've got these like bookshelves in the office. So we give you an idea. You can go on any of our social media channels and see our office at any point, but what we have is a very wide office with a big sign saying PDG Advertising on it, so everybody knows where we are. We've got a little coffee and tea area that has a little fridge on it. And we've then got these 3 quotes up on the wall. Well, 2 quotes. One is designs bring usability into focus or something like that. It's a great quote. The other one is never look down on anybody unless you're bringing them up. And the third picture frame on the wall is of our goals of customer service, quality of service, customer growth, and brand awareness. So those are our 3 pillars that we work on for our customers every day, every hour of every day. And on the other wall, it's completely blank, and the other wall is a window. But beside each of the windows, there's a bookcase from IKEA, and they both contain our sort of personal sort of artifacts that brighten up our workspaces, and that's pretty awesome. And then the third person will get a bookcase eventually and a desk to sit at. And I think it's about being as happy as you can be. I mean, work is work, and it's hard and it's tough, but making yourself as comfortable while you're doing it, to me, that's definitely going to increase the quality of the work that we're doing. So that's something that's very important to me. Yeah, I'll tell you what, something that's happened every single customer that we've ever had, and I really need to work out how we do this better. I think the new role that we're bringing on board is our accounts manager, and what they'll do is keep our customers happy, but I think they also need to be part of the onboarding process as well. I mean, some standard onboarding things, because one of the things that is a real pain, it's getting connected with customers' Facebook ads. Such a nightmare between business manager, ads manager, payments not being declined, notifications not coming through, people not knowing what their email address is for Facebook. I don't know if it's a natural thing, but it really doesn't work well, and it's not easy to do. But having said that, we've gone through it with every single customer, so we kind of know every ins and outs of how it can go wrong. And what I'm talking about is whenever we need to spend your ads money, we need to connect up with your ads account. So it can be a little bit difficult to get that connection to happen. I don't know whether it's us doing something wrong, or maybe we just haven't set up the standard operating procedures for it, which is something that we'll do, but it's a real pain. And it came down to it today where, a customer had added 3 cards to their account and none of them were going through, but it wasn't because Facebook were rejecting them. It's because their bank was rejecting the payment that was due on the Facebook account because they saw it as fraud. Like that's one of the 100 things that can go wrong there. And if you don't know that, it would drive you absolutely crazy. It does drive you crazy anyway, but that's something that happens all in a day's work at PDG Advertising. Guess I should mention as well at the PDG Advertising office, we don't take the whole budget from someone whenever we have 2 costs basically for our advertising services. One is labor cost and one is ad budget. And what we do is we take your ad budget upfront, I might add, on a monthly basis, and we connect up to your ads manager via Business Manager on Facebook, as an example. There's other examples like on Google Ads or Twitter or LinkedIn, but we connect up to your platform. We don't take your money and then spend it on your behalf. We connect up with you and spend your money on your behalf. And why would we do that? And what's the reason for that? It's so you know what we're spending. A lot of businesses that I've seen, what they do is they take the full ads budget and you don't really know, you don't 100% know if they're actually spending the full amount that they say they are. So that's a little trick for you if you're ever looking for a digital advertising agency. Some agencies take your whole budget, and some, like us, scrupulous agencies, connect up to your ads manager and spend that budget on your behalf, and that's how it works. So something cool happened today. We made a point of making sure that we're following all of our customers on social media. That was a really nice thing for us to do. Look, we spend so much time, executing for customers that we don't think about what we're doing for our own social media or on our own content. The PDG Advertising podcast is an awesome thing. But we need more. We need a connection with our customers on social. We need to be their fans on social, and we need to be connected with them socially online. So that's what we did, and that was actually a big step up for us. So I was very pleased about that. So that was a really good thing today, to connect with all of our customers on all platforms that we could today. And what we'll be doing over the next little while is interacting more with those customers online, and also looking at them to see is there something that they're doing wrong there, or is there something that we could help with, or is there something that we could adjust to make it better. Or could we use some of the content that they're creating, somewhere else in their network? So that was an awesome activity today. Yeah, another thing, we're building up an amount of technology in that office, and one thing that I came across today was Amazon had shipped a keyboard and mouse without any batteries. So mounting up the amount of batteries that are needed, like there's several things that need batteries, and I'm thinking we're going to probably have to do something like get a rechargeable battery point, because it's going to be a real pain, getting batteries every 5 minutes and sending them, going to the shop and getting batteries and all of those different things. So whenever I tell you on the podcast, dear listeners of the PDG Advertising podcast, dear faithful listeners, when I tell you that whenever you start up your business, you are responsible for everything, every single thing. You've created it, and you are it. You are that, but you are responsible for every single thing. Never underestimate that, especially in the first couple of years, because everything is your fault and everything is down to you. And I love that. It's thrilling. But I was thinking about this on the way to the office. It's like, would I advise anybody to do this? Is this a sane person's path? And I'm not 100% sure that it is, but I wouldn't do anything else. I love it. I think you have to be a certain type of person. And it's really interesting, whenever people talk about starting up their own business or have ideas for business, I know that 99% of them won't succeed, because it is tough, it's hard, and you have to love it. You wouldn't do it if you didn't love it. You definitely wouldn't create your own business if you didn't really, really enjoy what you do. And I guess I'm quite fortunate to be able to do that. And I can see, it's interesting, you see the successful people, they're the ones that really enjoy what they do. And yeah, that's quite an important point. But anyway, I need to get batteries. Okay, everyone, that was the PDG Advertising Podcast, episode 48. We're going to be upgrading our visuals on the PDG Advertising Podcast on episode 50. I'm hoping to have a special episode on episode 50. I'm really looking forward to it. I think that's quite a milestone, 50 episodes so quickly. So I'm really pleased about that, and I can't wait till we get up to 100. We'll have a really special episode whenever we do that. I really appreciate you all listening. If you wanted to share this podcast, I'd be over the moon. It would mean the absolute world to me. But otherwise, I will see you or hear you or speak to you next time on the PDG Advertising Podcast.